This is the morning weather video update. This is for Thursday, the 24th of August. I'm James Spann. Yeah, it's going to be hot through the weekend, very hot. We are going to bring in the chance of isolated afternoon storms, and we are going to see lower heat levels next week. And could we see a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico in about a week? Interesting things going on here, so let's dive in and discuss. This is the upper air look, and you've seen that before. Big old upper high. The center of that thing is a little west of the state, but the ridge expands all the way from the Rockies into the southeast United States, and that's going to keep us awfully hot through the weekend. Peek at the radar composite this morning. Got a few showers well offshore in the Gulf. No rain for Alabama. Temperatures are in the upper 70s and low 80s. Look at Birmingham at 82. That's that urban heat island effect we often talk about. But again, highs today for most spots between 96 and 100. Could be a little hotter down in the southwestern part of the state. And again, we have excessive heat warnings and heat advisories for most of the state, but not all counties. But understand, everybody's going to be hot today. And the heat dome expands up into parts of the Midwest and the southern Great Lakes. And on top of the heat dome, a chance of severe storms. We have several risks well to the north. Pretty much the same thing tomorrow. Got a marginal risk from the Central Plains states over to the Atlantic coast. And again, notice you've got the green over Alabama, the southern half of the state. That means there could be a few isolated storms. And this is Saturday, no organized severe weather expected. But again, we are in the green. And again, we are going to introduce the chance of isolated afternoon storms each day through Sunday. And that means most places won't get wet, but there might be a storm somewhere. So, look at rain. Rain amounts will be coming up next week as we begin to see an increase in scattered showers and storms, especially on Monday and Tuesday. But let's check the tropics. And we have one named system. That's Tropical Storm Franklin. We have a disturbance over Central America that's coming in off the Pacific, and that's the one that could ultimately become a tropical storm in the Gulf. Number one out there, that's the Ghost of Emily in the Central Atlantic. And number two, that is Invest 92L. But let's focus on that disturbance that will be coming through Central America. And right now, the Hurricane Center giving this a 40% chance of becoming a depression or storm within 7 days. And this is a longer range look at this. This is the probabilistic outlook from the European Global Model. This is the probability of tropical storm formation. And you can see the current probabilities are still under 50%, but you get the general idea if anything forms there, comes to the Yucatan Channel and will affect mainly the Florida Peninsula. But understand, a lot of things could happen here. Nothing could develop at all. Or a tropical storm could form that might be an impact type system. And exactly where it goes and who has the impact, nobody knows that yet. And you'll see all the knuckleheads in the social media pages scaring people, and they use fear to gain page views and followers and likes and ultimately monetization. So just don't listen to that stuff. We don't know yet, but it certainly bears watching. So again, for now, a 40% chance of a depression or storm forming in the southern Gulf that would ultimately perhaps affect mainly Florida and especially the peninsula. And we'll be obviously watching that. Franklin, the tropical storm, winds 50 miles an hour. Forecast to become a hurricane by Sunday, passing west of Bermuda late Monday night into Tuesday. And Franklin should remain east of the United States. That's the long-range look there. The Ghost of Emily could become Emily again, but that's headed up toward the North Atlantic, far from land. And Invest 92L in the eastern Atlantic. That will be gaining latitude, and most likely when they get up in there, they recurve, no threat to land. So really the only potential issue for the United States is this thing, and we'll be watching it. Model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06E run, valid today at 4. Good old heat ridge, highs 96 to 100 for most spots today. But we do note, carefully here on the high-res HER, and this is valid this evening at 8 o'clock, and you can see a few isolated storms across the central part of the state and parts of Georgia and Mississippi. And we are going to bring that in. We've not mentioned that formally, but we'll do that today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Still, most places with no rain, but just be aware there could be a storm out there. And we've got high school football beginning tonight and tomorrow night. For most stadiums, no rain, but again, just kind of watch the radar. This is tomorrow, and again, you see a few little green specks on there indicating the chance of isolated storms. Again, highs upper 90s in most spots, and no change for the weekend. This is Saturday, and this is Sunday. Highs upper 90s, isolated afternoon storms. Now, Monday, everything begins to break down, and we'll certainly celebrate that. We'll bring in the chance of scattered showers and storms. The high Monday, upper 80s and low 90s. And then Tuesday, a surface front pushing in here. And by the way, that thing right above me, that's Franklin, which will be staying well off the East Coast. But again, Tuesday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs dropping into the upper 80s. Wednesday, we could be in a drier air mass. We've seen different solutions out here, but that should get lows in the 60s. And this is Thursday, a week from today, August 31st. This is the last day of meteorological summer. But we all know it can be really hot around here in September. But again, it's a flat ridge, and it looks kind of quiet, maybe a few isolated storms. Let's go out 10 days. This is Saturday, September 2nd. For most colleges, this is the first day of the college football season, although we've got a few colleges playing this Saturday. For example, Jacksonville State plays UTEP, and man, it's going to be a scorcher. But again, this map is for Saturday, September 2nd. And we've seen a lot of looks out here. We've seen some runs that rebuild the ridge. This kind of brings in a trough. So there's a lot of uncertainty out here. But if this is right, highs probably low 90s with a chance of scattered showers and storms. And speaking of uncertainty here, you can see that in the spread here in the ensembles. This is the European ensemble with rain for Birmingham. The mean is about 1 inch between now and the 9th of September, but there is a big spread in the ensemble members. Some are up to 8 inches, some with basically nothing. But again, the mean is what you look for, which is about 1 inch. And heat levels coming off the NBM, the National Blend of Models, and this is for Birmingham. Your number could vary. Mid to upper 90s through Sunday. 93 Monday, then mid to upper 80s for the rest of next week. And look at that deal Thursday morning, 63, which means many places will be in the 50s. If that verifies. We can celebrate that. And the 8 to 14-day guidance, this is for August 31st through September 6th. Kind of hinting the ridge could be rebuilding with temperatures above average if that works out. Love this yesterday. This is Columbia Elementary up in Madison. They did the crayon experiment. But the crayons outside on the board to see what happens. So this was early in the day when it was 81. This is when it was 84. And then at 94, yeah. That's like some cool artwork right there. That's awesome. I mean, I'd want to hang that up on the wall or something. But again, congratulations to those third graders for that cool experiment yesterday. Sunset last night, looking right down the tracks on a hot summer day. Again, that was taken from 30A, Seaside, Florida last night. And last night's moon, taken by Russ McKinney down in Pike Road. He does some great astro photography there. Just a good-looking summer night. So, a few notes here. Today, I will be over at Rainbow Omega, which is a really good ministry in the eastern part of the state. See the residents served by them. Tomorrow, I will be in Carroll County, Georgia, at Roopville Elementary. And then Saturday, it's a book signing. And the hours, Saturday, it's, again, 9 until noon. Right there on Main Street in Columbiana at Leader's Corner Coffee and Tea. And we'll have the all the weather shirts and the hats from Crest Publishers, the books, All You Can Do Is Pray. That's the book about April 27, 2011. Weathering Life, our weather book for kids, Benny and Chipper, and others as well. And we have great fun at these things. So Columbiana, 9 to noon at Leader's Corner Coffee and Tea, Main Street, Columbiana. And of course, We invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.